Good morning, good morning, good morning. How's everybody doing? Good morning, safe. All right, we're getting a little bit of sell-off here off the numbers. Let's get going. Let me make sure everybody can hear me clearly. Good morning. Oh, good. Okay, that's good. That's good. Let me check with YouTube here. Okay, Gary, can you hear me clearly? Just do an audio check. Yeah. Okay, good, 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 good. All right, so let's get this party started. Good morning, everybody. And let's go with bear with me here. All right, we're looking at crude oil. Crude oil triggered an inception trade short at 87.91. Okay, so we are taking this into this channel 1, channel 2. Actually, this is channel 2, and we broke it and retested it and established an inception trade short in crude oil at this level right here. Now, any rallies back up is going to be looked at as a shorting opportunity into the 87 and 88, and the stop of that rotation is 88.94. We're looking for multiple rotations into target number 2 and 3, 84.76, and that's just kind of the setup in crude oil. Now, Russell 2000, we had, hey, Goran, how are you, buddy? And you had a captain set up short. Captain set up switch trade short on Russell 2000. Also, you got a captain set up short here and another one right here. Okay, so now we're getting retested. And really, the longs need to hold the line here anywhere in and around the 1830. If we reverse and make a higher low, then the longs can, put on a bit of a fade back up into target 1 and 2, potentially target number 3 on multi-day behavior. But that's a critical level. Anything under 1825, you're going to see a bleed back into that channel number 2, and that could lead up to a break below the 1820. So where are we coming into right now? And I'm thinking it's going to mimic this type of behavior is going to be mimicked in ES and NQ and a bunch of other things. But that's, if we see that and we see that hold, we may set up for a rally back up. But we have to wait for that thing to happen. We cannot just assume it's going to happen. We cannot get ahead of it. Just, you got to get there and then exhibit the behavior and get us the environment, basically. Gold. Look at that beauty. So that channel, we drew that yesterday, and we talked about it's channel number 2 of this sequence, and we talked about how this all that behavior is a weak behavior on gold. The 1717 needed to hold, and they came up at it multiple times, and then they faded that price action. They actually made an inception trade short at 1709.1, and then crushed that price action, broke that low of that sequence, and now we're digging into the 1695. And I can't tell you, I'm still laughing at that forecast that I saw the other day in a in an emailer that I received. They're talking about how gold is going to be 3,000 by the end of the year. Well, it has a lot of work to do. A lot of work to do. Yeah. So what the market is telling us right in front of us is the structure is short, the swing trade is short. We're about to hit target number 2 and 3, which will be a significant behavior at 1663. Then you got lower targets if that structure holds. ES. Let's take a look at that, baby. Market could get crushed the day before, 2 days before, and now you get a consolidation with attempts at breaking the middle of the range, and now we hit it one more time and reverse, and this market sells off. All right. I mean, all of that behavior is consolidated with a bias to the short side. That's what this market is telling me. But we saw that yesterday. We saw pockets. We saw pockets of buy interest, and those pockets were lucrative. We made good money off of them. So don't discount the long side. It just the market has to intraday set up in a certain way for us to take advantage of them. And we just have to be aware that the environment overall is a short environment. So I would have to outweigh my shorts in size and also still take long positions, but underweight them. So if I end up in a 5 contract short, then I need to be in 1 or 2 contracts long on the right setup, just due to the environment that we are in. All right, so let's take a look. We're watching a couple of stocks. I mean, before, we're watching Apple. We have to wait for things to kind of line up actually and open. Tesla, Netflix, Amazon, Google, Nvidia. We're looking at Apple, SPY, HKD. If you guys are, been watching the story of that crazy instrument, and ADTX, that's new on the scanner here. But HKD, we've been watching that one, and it's a crazy one. I think it went from $4 to 1,200, and then got slammed all the way back down, and now they're back up to like 185. So there's a lot of motion in that. So I'll pull that chart up as the day progresses today. But the market has to open for us to see it. Now, let's take a look at the 200 and the 100. Both are in sync on the short side, and we are getting multiple rotations to target number 3. And here we go. The market got in sync again at 158. Rallied back up, gave us a trigger trade, and continue to go lower. Good morning, Ken, Jeff, Brad, Safe. Good morning. And we're getting a bleed on to close to the lows, and definitely we're coming into glowbacks of yesterday. So that's going to be an area where you could measure the strength of any buying interest right here as we approach the open for the day. Okay, so the first half an hour of the trading day, we're going to be patient, we're going to be disciplined, we're going to be focused, we're going to, like we say every single day, in every way, we're getting better and better and better at trading. every day in every way. I'm getting better and better and better at trading. So let's get the job done today and move on with the rest of our day. ES, we had a harmony wave that started early on at 139.58 and continued. We're about 1 minute from the cash market open. And let's see what we have cooking. What the market has cooking in this kitchen. Here we go. Boom. All right, so I'm gonna post an order. All right, and just make sure that my orders are coming out. My orders are coming out just fine. And they're coming out with a nice little flush. And we're breaking Globex of yesterday. And the cash market is just open right here. So what we had a slew of news at 7:30 Central, 8:30 Eastern. Unemployment, Philly Fed retail, Empire State Manufacturing Course retail. At what else we have left here? That's actually all there is for today. We have business inventories and natural gas, but that's just not, important. So we had a lot of news came out, and I mean, the verdict is always the price. So the market does not like it. Sell them hard, sell them fast. That's what the market is doing. Don't step ahead of that train. Don't try to fade this market. Let it just do its own thing, especially that first 15 to a half an hour. Good morning, George. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Today's the 15th. And for the day so far, we have 0 trades. We have not put on any trades, even when the news came in. We just left it alone. All right. Ooh, look at that. That could be a potential captain setup long on. I mean, that's maybe worth a little bit of a try here, just on a scalping basis. Oh, they're getting me. They're gonna get me. Ooh, they're gonna get me on this one. Yeah, on that NQ, on that ES. Good for them. Good for them. They're gonna get me. All right, let's see. Don't get excited. I'll take that one out, and let's see if I can get something to 35 and flatten that trade. So they give us a shot. There we go. Yeah, that was a little bit noisy. That captain setup on the ES, it should have behaved a little bit better than that, but I think I probably broke even on that trade. Ooh, look at that. I wasn't too far off. I wasn't too I wasn't too far off. I was not too far off. But I just didn't like the yeah. I flatted that trade basically. So we paid a commission basically on that one. That's fine. I had my stop, never came and got it. Once it reversed, I took that as an opportunity to flatten this trade. The environment right now is not, it's not a long environment. Okay, so we need to keep things tight, and any long that I gotta take it with a scalping approach. Good morning, Suarez. Good morning. 200 and the 100 are in sync on the short side, and I'm going to listen to my own advice and just going to leave this market alone and not to be too reactive to it. Like, when that captain setup on that ES showed up at the six prong captain setup, also the 25 NT Rinko gave me the same signal too. So I jumped on that. It had one more rotation to go into. And yeah, look at that. Boom. There's an opportunity for longs here on a fading basis. I mean, if I want to just kind of take them here. With putting the captain set up long, a break above that 150 can lead us to a bit of buy interest into target number 3, a pullback. We can take a look at that one. Again, I'm gonna be patient. I'm gonna do more reading of the market than trading it right now. And right here, you should see a close, and if that happens, we should see a bit of a push. Here comes. So the expectation is a push right here into target number 3, and the stop is 129. Actually, the stop is 120. Now we're expecting. Okay, well, they don't want to do that. They don't want to do that. 120. 120 is definitely they need to hold it. The longs need to hold it. Let's see how well we're reading this market. Yeah, well, we'll see if they put that on. We have to read between the lines on the market. Yeah, the 20 needs to hold. Alan Park, please text me. Okay, all right. Let's see what they want to do here. Comes at 20. Ain't no good. Yeah, they're no good. Well, let's see. Yeah, no reason for me to be long. And if anything, I need to be looking for shorts. But we're spending time understanding the price structure here. Patience is a trade. Yeah, let's look at these bastards. Good morning, Sheila. How are you? Good morning, Gary. Good morning, Yanis. What is going on here? Really? You don't get to see that type of thing. I'm going to keep it at a 10-point stop. I'll be surprised if they don't stop me here. They should be stopping me. Okay, here we go. Come on, baby. Let's go. Thank you. Thank you. I'm gonna push that thing all the way to 50, so they either come and pick me up, and or I will make a lot of money. So it's a risk-free trade. I guess I'm greedy here, but I don't care. Let's go. Either you go to 146. If you go to 146, I'm adding some more. I'm adding some more. Come on, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. 146 is a big deal. And actually, I'm just going to go ahead and post my order. 146.75 to be exact. I'll go 147. Actually, I want to like buy one at a time. Come on. Ah, did I just screw myself? Maybe I screwed myself out of this one. Come on, baby. Make me some money. Make me some money. Thank you, thank you, and thank you, and thank you. That's how it's done, ladies and gentlemen. That's how it's done. And boom. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, what we are going to do is look for pullbacks and buy some more. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Well, that little deal, I mean, that's a bunch of money, I think. Yeah, well, I mean, could have been more. Oh, man. Right, so on those, I guess, 1, 2, basically it's a 3-contract trade, but we're up $1,231 on that little deal here. We could literally call it a day. We can just simply call it a day. Now, can I be honest with you? I mean, this has a big potential, really a big potential to go all the way up to 210. So, I mean, I gave it away a little bit too early, but it's just kind of early in the morning, and I figured we would get some pullbacks where we can, buy some more. But the way this market is behaving right now, this level between 46 and 20, 46 and 20 is going to be a very critical level for the remainder of the day. If we continue to trade above that range, the expectation is to see 234 and a breakout of that structure to 300. So on a swing trade basis, you are looking at that range as as a protective range for any long, and you need to kind of pay attention to it. Anything under that 115, then things are, you're going back to the normal um, behavior of selling, selling, selling. So just pay attention to that range throughout the day. How we doing, Suarez, Goran, Gary, George? Any trades this morning? Oh wow. Okay, yeah. Let's see. We got this crazy action going on in that instrument that we talked about. Let's see. Yeah, we need to see more info. Yeah, we're gonna be moving. Let's get busy here. Let's get busy. Let's get busy. Let's get busy. So they halted the HKD at 346. So this thing is just on fire right now. So we'll look for any signals that the market produce on that. Bitcoin is really kind of hugging 20,000 and not doing much, if anything, in and around that level. We had a captain setup that failed here at 21,475 and gave us target 1 through 3. Target number 4 is 18,153, if you can dream that far ahead. Ethereum, let's see if Ethereum doing anything. Nah, it's just getting chopped up right here. So we're going to keep an eye on that. Suarez is adjusting. I'm waiting for another fund. Okay, I can only play only one contract. That's fine. I just made 400 on that move. Samuel, good job. No trades. George was distracted. Well, whoever distracted you, send them the bill. They cost you money. All right. So 181.75. 181.75 is going to be a critical level. Well, every level is a critical level, but it's going to be an important. Yeah, no, it's not there yet. It's not there yet. It's not there yet. Let's just keep watching it. Yeah, you got to break that 181.75. And they're coming for it. You see that? My Globex. What about my Globex? My Globex, my Globex on ES is 39.72. So we're 10 points away from it. And on NQ, it's 12,234. Oh boy. I mean, why did I not just jump in there? I've been calling that stupid number. And the 200 and the 100 are in sync. So they're making higher lows every step of the way here. They made a higher low, they made a captain setup, tested it, never broke the bottom end of it. And this is another attempt at taking out the low where the buyers kind of step in a forceful way and reverse the price action. So in a very prudent way, we're looking for pullbacks as a buying opportunity. Okay. Target number 2 is 215. George, you may be getting your counter trend that you're talking about. So where's the next target? Globex. Globex is 234. We're about 20, 25 points away from it. That's the natural target for this. I can get aggressive here and take a drawdown if I need to, and look for that target and then a breakout into 79. Yeah, and I think if I start thinking like that, that means it's a FOMO. I'm FOMOing here because I gave up that beautiful entry. I mean, I didn't give it up. I made money off of it, but look at that. I don't think it gets any better than this. Sold, added, sold, sold. I have nothing to complain about here. Is the only thing that I think about is the 81. I called the 81. It's just a perfect entry. And I'll tell you why I called that number. It's really important to know why. It's a switch trade after a failed captain setup. That's just a double signal right there, taking me to 81.50. And it just the potential is there for that reversal. So that's what got me thinking in those terms to call that number. Yes, Ken? Here comes that squeeze. Globex is 234, yep. 12,234, Suarez. And that's the natural location for the move, Suarez. It's the I mean, they go from and to Globex quite often, and Sheila. I mean, we're heading toward Globex, which is 39.72. We are entering the Globex band for both NQ and ES. And here, the shenanigans will start. And what do I mean by that is they're going to start messing around with the price. They're going to start dropping it and showing reversal patterns and try to trap people into the longs and into the shorts here. Okay, so just going to be very careful and under trade this environment right now. If you're not selling into this phase because you were long earlier from the 81, kind of be careful trying to establish a long or short position here. Right now, the market is in sync on the long side anyway. But as far as even establishing a long, I'm personally going to be careful with. 855. $8.55. We got 5 minutes to the top of the hour. Let's spend some more time just learning this market. We established channel number one, channel number two. If we break 195, you will get a little bit of a bleeding of this structure right here, probably to retest the 80s. But yeah, 90. Yeah, I think it's going to come. I'm going to pull it back here a little bit. Here it comes. Yeah, that's kind of the behavior to be expected, especially after they ran it up to target number two. And oh, wow, look at that. Captain setup on HKD, a short, and then an inception trade, target 1, 2, and 3 hit. That's from 365 to 280. This thing is crazy. Yeah. So the market is still in sync, but we're getting into this environment where, I mean, it's going to be choppy. I see it. So I'm going to just more of a watcher here. Not going to be too aggressive trying to go long or short. Let them just play their little games. Once they're done playing games, I'll just join. go. Mm-hmm. All right, they're trying. They're trying to get this thing to go to Globex. That's what they're trying to do. Good for them. Good for them. Here you go. And that's Globex for you. That's Globex. Look at what they did here. That clearly they're putting a captain setup short up at that 224, the 224. So they literally touch. Look how they touch Globex to the tick, and they just pulled back. Yep, they sure did. That's crazy how they did that. Globex is always an important number. The Globex band is always a very important region. And you need to be, fairly familiar with how price action behaves inside of that band and also outside of that band. How does it respond to the middle of the band or at Globex? And you could see how they are behaving here. I could tell that ES is a bit stronger than NQ. And the proof in that is how far we went above Globex on ES versus in NQ we just kind of touched it and reversed. Oh yeah. How would you flush people? Anything under 82. I mean, obviously once you get there, I mean that whole rotation's got flushed. I mean that's common sense, but look at that. What did we say? Shenanigans. That's how shenanigans look like. I know, Safe. What a what a head fake, right? Yeah, I mean a switch would have been great down there too. It just, I mean, I contemplated that going short here, but I needed to kind of be consistent with where the 200 and the 100 are at, and I just passed on that. Don't worry, we'll catch him. We will catch him. NQ, NQ, NQ. Futures, EDAS. Russell. What am I doing here? Here we go. So what happens if we break 183? What happens is the market will be out of sync between the 200 and the 100, and that puts us in a holding pattern, and we would have to figure out a couple of scenarios. Scenario number one is a complete reversal back to 221, or a drop to potentially the 60s, then a reversal on the 100 NT Rinko. That would get us back engaged on the long side. And or the unlikely event, but I mean, you have the right environment to go all the way down to 133. See, they're trying to stop the price from getting to that 182. Yeah, that's what they're trying. I get it. That's a defensive move at the bottom of the Globex band. And they're putting a higher low with that captain setup. Like, look, they put a captain setup short, ran it down. Put a captain setup long here, and they're taking it midway so far. And let's see how far they're going to take it. Did you make money, Suarez? Or at least sell some up there into Globex? I hope. $183. I mean, yeah, but even if it's one contract, if they run up from your entry all the way to 230, that's a lot of money to leave on the table. So take your profits, man. Because Globex, especially first touch Globex, is always a problematic area. morning, John. Yeah, here we go. If we go to 209, I'm jumping in. Yeah, if we get to 209, I'm jumping in. 209 and a quarter. So it'll be, okay, no, not yet. They're putting a captain setup. Look at that. That's a failed captain setup here. And that's a captain setup. Okay, so that idea is null and void. Null and void right now. Good morning. Good morning, John. So the market is out of sync. The market is out of sync. And that will lend itself to quite the consolidation and noise with attempts at the 220 and attempts at the 65. And we're going to be in that top of a range where I'm best to give it a bit more time and get more clarity on how they're behaving at these levels. Like right now, if I want to go long, I would have to see a new Harmony cloud to establish itself. And it will be a scalp only. If I want to go see short, oof, hold on. That 188, if they close the 188, there'll be double captain setup right here, short. Okay, no, so they didn't do it. Okay, so yeah, you need to see another Harmony wave short at in and around that 190. So they're gonna be playing games here. I've been here before, and I know what to do. ES. Let's talk about ES a little bit here. Same type of behavior, but stronger. ES is stronger than NQ, and it's taken the lead in many ways. If you start seeing the price action in ES go above Globex, which is 39.72, expectation is to see a follow through by NQ to the upside. Right now, we are establishing a channel number 1 on the short side in ES, and they're retesting it. So they're retesting Globex, and they're putting a lower high. So I'm not ready to say go short, but I'm saying that this structure need to resolve itself below target number 1, meaning a break below 39.66, then a rally back up can lend itself to rotations lower to 2 and 3 at that point. We're not there, and ES is stronger. So again, here is patience. Patience is the game. Oh, they put a switch trade right here. Okay, at 06. Interesting. Oh, look at that. Captain set up short on ES. On 6 NT Rinco, we're expecting a push to 66. We're expecting a push to 66 with a stop above Globex. And that as a scalp. Mm. No, looks like they're gonna fail it. And let them play. Let them play. I am not engaged in any of this stuff. Yeah. If we break above that 222, that would be significant. In the fact that we will have to would have made a switch trade on the 100 NT Rinco, and then another attempt at the Globex and a breakout to the 40s and the 50s. So like right here, that's another switch trade, and they put another one right here. I think I would wait till that 22 show up. We're not too far off though. Yeah, here you go. Yeah, typically whenever they get up above the open of the prior candle like that, they tend to close at the high of that candle. I'm gonna go long and see if I can get to 22. You need to get to 22. Here it comes. And I'm gonna go break even. And I'm looking for 22. And I'm getting greedy. You bastards, look at that. I'll take it here. I'll take it here. I got greedy. I really want to see that 22. I mean, we got so close to it. But that's a good entry. I took that reversal. Got greedy. I won't call it greedy. It's prudent, especially with a good entry, to hold on to it for that 22 because that would be very significant. And now we're gonna see it kind of pop up. You're gonna see a pop up here, and then it's gonna run. And here it comes. So now we should go back to Globex. That 22 is in a critical level. And target number 2 is 229. 229, and we want to see another attempt at Globex. Market got to protect that whole number, 200, for this rotation to continue to work. And actually, really, the true defense is that Suarez level 182. That is ultimately the level that needs to hold. Yeah. So what are they showing me here? I mean, I got in here. I had the 22 as a level. It got up there and they pulled it back. Okay, that's fine. They're trying to shake people off. I get it. As long as you don't bust through 183, we have a chance at um, a reversal. See how quickly you have to get out of these things. You have to be quick with these things. You have to be quick with it. Really, that was mediocre. Globex is no joke. Of course, it's no joke. Hey, Omer, how are you? Globex is no joke. Oh, they're putting on a captain set up short on the 100 NT Rinko. You better watch your longs here. You gotta watch it. Gotta watch your longs. Let's see if we can get a run back up. And I want to go short. I want to look for shorts. Come on. Give me a chance. Give me a chance. Wow. Yeah. Boom. Yep. That's bad news right there for the longs. That's bad news. They got us into a captain setup. I mean, the aggressive thing for me is just to have just one short right there, which I would have had, I would have had a hard time just stomach that entry, to be honest with you. Yeah. Captain setup. That's what they do with captain setups, though. They especially on a 100 NT wrinkle or a 200 NT wrinkle, you see that follow through. A minimum of on the 200 about 25 points and 84 about 13 points on the 100 minimum. News? Any news? No, not that I know of. Lee, I kind of measure it also against Globex, and ES has been more prone to break above Globex than NQ. Hey Chima, how are you? Okay, here we go. Yeah, I gotta get aggressive with these captain setups. At least start with one. I'm doing okay so far. Let me see. I haven't checked after that last trade that we took. Let me see. Yeah, look at this bad boy. We are up $1,312 so far. Another day, another dollar. Come on, baby. Do we understand this market? Oh, yeah. Bring on the pain. Bring on that pain. Man, that captain set up on the 100 NT wrinkle was gold. That was gold. I just couldn't stomach myself buying it at the low of that range. I needed to see a punch back up and I would have just jumped in. But, whatever. Now the 200 and the 100 is in sync on the short side, and we're looking for rallies as a shorting opportunity. And how we want to see that happen is a disconnect on the 200 on the 20 and a reconnect, meaning we want to see maybe a cloud positive, then a failure of that into a lower price. They're crushing everybody right now. But we saw the early signs of things changing. And the early signs were a couple of places. One, the expectation from that entry is a run up, which was happening, but we needed to get to Globex, and that did not happen. So that is sign number one. Sign number two is we disconnected from this harmony wave into the body of the cloud. Then we flipped into harmony wave short. Now, then we eyed the 183, and we actually expected a bit of consolidation here that never happened. Sign number three. Then once we got to 183, that's just a captain setup short. I mean, it doesn't get any stronger than that when it comes to signals. Now we're looking for rally back up so we could get into maybe the middle of the range on the cloud, and then we cut our size of risk on that trade. Well, that never happened. So the minute the market failed to go above two glowbacks and then did this number right here, that told me this idea is at a minimum is taking a pause. So step back. And that's how we made money here. And that's at the same time, this is what stopped us from getting foolish and going long. Because that trade is not paying off. I'll tell you that much. That's interesting. Yeah, yeah. Good job, Yanis. Good job, buddy. That's good money right there. 536 for the day. That's good money. Good work. What worked for you? Okay. Okay. One trade at a time. You got to take it one trade at a time. And they're selling. That's exactly right, Yanis. That's exactly right. So in ES, same kind of scenario. I mean, we broke above Globex, which is a little bit better than what you saw in NQ. Then they crushed it back to 39.68 and put a harmony wave lower, and then a second harmony wave short into target 1, 2, and 3. I mean, now it's going to get ugly. And the way they're going to get ugly is, I mean, they flush the whole structure below 12,081, and that would bring in serious pain. All right, guys. So if you're on YouTube or Facebook or Trade Arcade and you're benefiting from this stream and you're seeing value, hit that like button, share, comment, and let us know how you doing trading today. And you can subscribe too. It's free. All right. I mean, that switch trade right here, if they close at 127, you may be getting 134. If we get to that 135, then the market is out of sync. The big play of the day was that captain set up short at 184. Okay, so with that switch trade, they're going to probably push it a little bit to that 134. Here you go. So the market is out of sync now. At least they're pausing this selling pressure. So the probability is for us to see 140 to 150 out of this rotation, as long as we continue to hold on to 109. Let's be patient and watch. All right, let's take a couple of looks here. Big picture stuff. Big picture. Give me 1 second. I mean, they're trying to hold it here. I mean, they're putting the captain set up long. So, I mean, we may see a run up to 135 again here. Yeah, here you go. All right, so big picture stuff. I mean, this crush on NQ is such a massive move that any attempt at any of these levels in the 300 and the 400 is going to face a lot of overhead resistance. So it's just natural to be thinking in terms of, shorts overall. And I mean, the break would be anything under the 12,008. I mean, that's going to be a huge level. So from a perspective of channels, that is the bottom end of channel number 2, and the market needs to kind of hold that. On a longer term perspective, ES, same thing. It's a massive, massive move. But look what we've seen this before. I mean, look at that massive dump, and you got a couple of days of follow through, and then a big reversal. So I mean, you cannot put anything past this market. Cannot put anything past it. You have to be ready for anything and everything at all times. Now let's take a look at the rest of these. Tesla. Put an inception trade long at 303 all the way to 309, close to it at least. And we're coming to the middle of the range to retest it. If we make a higher low here, and also like a pullback and a reversal, we can hit target number 2, which is 307.51. Netflix. We are in a short channel on Netflix, and channel number 2 actually, and we should be heading toward target number 3 here. So we're seeing some of these major players, they're setting up on a short signal. The index S&P 500, we saw that dump, we saw that rally, and we're coming back in for another rotation. If we break 39.28, then that will set up the stage for a continuation trade and a push lower. Amazon, it's just never see good Amazon 25. I need to change that parameters, but it's a long signal. We're in the middle of the range holding up. Google, let's see here. Google, they crushed it with a switch trade, a harmony wave, all the way down to this level. We disconnected, challenged the opening price, and now we're coming in with more selling pressure. So we're seeing it in those big players again. Same thing happening here on the 100. Yeah. And then gold. I mean, that is just the dump of the dump. They're dumping this thing. Breaking the low, breaking 1717. You would think in an inflationary environment, people would go to gold, but just Apple. Apple generated a harmony wave at 154.55, pushing lower. SPY. I can't read that. Okay, I don't know if this is halted or not. It looks like it may be halted. Either that or I'm. And I posted that one on streaming, but you had a captain set up and a retest of it at that 350. And that one just been a gold signal right there. And a harmony wave, a disconnect, and then reestablished it right here. And the opening price was 250. So I don't know if they halted it or not. I have to check on that. But ADTX, that's been in the news also, 940. Yeah, maybe my quotes are on Ameritrade. Okay, so let me disconnect that and reconnect it. Yeah, look at that, boys. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And here comes the pain. Here comes the pain. Target number 4. Yeah, Ken, I'll take a look at it. It has to populate on my screen for a minute so I could get data, but just the way this TD Ameritrade the connection is working right now. But once I get enough data, I'll let you know. I got to see if they have a better service for data. Crude oil also has been getting hammered, and we're heading target number 3. We broke that channel we talked about. We tested Globex, came into a harmony wave. Target 1, 2, and 3 hit. Any rally back up is shortable. Granted, we don't break that 88.86, which is a huge number out there. Anyway, target number 4 is 81. That's a huge number there too. Come on, baby. All right, you guys on YouTube, you guys are very quiet. What's going on there? Very quiet. Wake up. I know. It was a big switch trade, Yanis. That switch trade right there was kind of actually huge. Plus, you got the captain set up on the 100. Plus, the captain set up switch trade on the 100. So I mean, it's just a cluster of information that told us, the market is shifting back into that short idea, especially with that rejection of Globex. And now we're seeing ourselves at target number 5. Target number 6 in the sequence is 12,006 and a quarter. Big, big number. Joe, that's funny. Jor, we're thinking about our calls that expire tomorrow. Well, I hope you're on the right side of that equation. Hopefully, you're on the right side of that equation. Yeah, I mean it's been crazy. That's why I try to make my money and just kind of watch more and watch more. And there's a lot of opportunities, to be honest with you, but just in an environment that looks like this, it's an emotional environment, and it's easy for any trader, including myself, to get sucked into it. And that's why I tend to be more of an observer in this type of behavior. But I still gotta make my money. 2 trades for me, 1 small loss and 1 big winner. Hit my goal. Okay, Brad. Good job. Good job. And Omer made some money. Good deal. Good deal. They're killing this market. Target number 6 is 12,006. Well, let the bleeding begin. Here we go. The '06 coming up. Coming up. I can tell you, in and around '06, we should see a fade to the upside. Here we go. Yeah, that '06, that target, you're gonna get a bit of a fade coming up to the 40s. We'll see. I mean, trying to fade it here, it's a bit on the brave side. So let's see if they can break right under it, and then we'll look. Hey, 623 is not bad, Chima, and nothing wrong with that. Take it and run before you, like you called it, to get tempted. Don't get tempted. Don't get tempted. Yeah, they're gonna run it up here. 29, at least. I mean, they're putting some brakes on here. You could tell, and you hit target number 6 to the tick. You paused. So we want to see if the theory can come in there. I mean, it should, but well, I mean, we're not playing this game right here. So 32 will be an important level. Let's see if they have enough strength to get there. Yeah, here you go. Come on, get to that 32, at least to the 22. Right? I mean, you see how they're behaving in and around that target, right? I mean, they hit it, they flushed under it a little bit, they came back. That's just the pattern of pausing. All right. Let's see if they get back in there. They really need to kind of break up above 33. But here we go. Back to retesting target number 6, and they are going at it again. They're going to go up, probably punch in right now to 30s, in the 30s. You should see some of that. 200 and the 100 are in sync on the short side. Yeah, we haven't taken any more trades. So where we at 13.12 right now, and just kind of basically waiting. We kind of didn't take the short signal that was presented with that captain setup, and then you got a switch trade right here, and hardly any bounce back up. So we kind of didn't take the premium opportunity on the short side, so we left it alone, and we're not going to fade long yet. And we just need a market like this at a minimum. You need an 83. You need a punch to 83, and that will at least stabilize the price to where pullbacks can be buyable. Otherwise, you don't know if you're just simply buying a level, or you know buying a falling knife. You don't want to because the reaction of you buying into this is, I mean, either you keep taking stops, or you're averaging, and neither of them are a good choice. You just need the market to hit a bottom and bounce back, then pull back and retest it and hold that retest. Then things after that become a bit easier for you to predict. And the process of making a bottom and a top is not a singular process. It's not like the price gets to a level, then it stops. It gets to a level, comes back to it and retests it multiple times, breaks it, runs up, making a higher low, then makes a lower low, then make a higher low. And they just play around with that level till they decide that they accumulated enough. So just because the price is moving lower to a level you think it should hold, that's not necessarily a trade, if that makes sense to you. We still have about an hour worth of action. I don't know why my face is gone on YouTube. Sorry to hear that, Samuel. Yeah, you'll get him next time. Yeah, they keep putting on. Let me see if I have something for you. Let me see here. Yep, here we go. So yeah, that's a 50% right there on that link that I just posted. I don't know if that would help you any. I know that 80% is a lot better than 50, but still, that's gets you back in the game. Trust me, the cost of doing it through a funding account is a lot better than trying to iron your trading through a live account. So if you're working through some of the hiccups and some of the problems that you're experiencing in trading, it's much better to go through that. But that's the link for a 50% off. That's absolutely right, Samuel. Now, uh, let's take a a page and a lesson out of that trade, and ask yourself this question: at what point um, would have been an out? And this is where the out is at. It's that 183, and we talked about that, you know, a lot during the session. Like 183, if we see that, it's going to be a captain setup short, and that's going to push the price lower. So that should have been an out point for you, because that point is actually a signal to go short. I'll give you an example. Same thing here, and that happened overnight. Captain setup short, market came, retested, and sold and gave us a captain setup switch trade. It's even a bigger signal, and that precipitated that whole move into this structure. So as the price was moving, I knew that we're heading smack right into this structure, and if we need to break above it and hold in a convincing way, and the fact that we kept coming to that level and fading, I kept my stops very tight on the longs that I took. And then and you saw what happened after that. So target number 3 is hit on this sequence. So no matter what it is in trading, make sure that you become better with every experience, and you don't hold on to frustrations and anger and disappointment. Just forgive yourself. That's the biggest thing I could tell everybody that's trading is it's a game. Don't take yourself seriously. Don't take that game seriously. I know there's a lot of money on the line, and money makes people very tense, and because of the consequences of money. However, the biggest skill that you could ever have in trading is you forgiving yourself. You make a mistake, you lose a little bit of money, you blow an account, learn from it, become better at it, go at it again. Never give up. Never give up, never surrender. That's my motto. Always stay in the fight. Well, you have to dig deeper in that idea and ask yourself why. Because not using a stop loss in your trading is an all in, all out approach. And typically the market is very good at making you an all out. So, and there's something behind that. It has nothing to do with a trading system. It's an emotional component to us where we are not willing to accept defeat. Nobody likes to accept defeat. But accepting defeat is part of winning, because you keep your resources for the next fight. Potential captain set up at 09. And here comes. Let's see if they pull it back one more time. Yeah, they're going to. God dang it. Yeah, that was a captain setup on that 09, guys. That captain setup on the 50 into Rinko. Let's see if we can get a pullback, and we can maybe participate in this. But we have to kind of be very, very, very careful. 09 to 20, so they ran it up about 10 points. Let's see if we can get a pullback that holds. I mean, I don't expect it to be a straight up type of behavior, but I really like that 09 because now that puts me up in 25 to 80. That's almost 20 points. So what I was looking at is this captain setup right here. And that 50 NT wrinkle, you see that? Especially after, whenever you see the market does this, you know, a switch trade into a captain setup, that typically gets you a follow through candle, multiple candle follow through. So that's why the 09 was a significant number for me. Let's see if we get an opportunity here. And 30, 09. Wow, that's almost 20, 21 points. It's very good. So we may be putting the brakes on this market. That's whenever you see structures like that, that's the market attempt at saying, hold on a minute. We flushed enough. We need to start accumulating here and maybe trap some shorts into a run back up. Then they'll decide if they want to short it again. So we're coming into this zone where price is pausing and there's a bid coming in. And we just have to monitor the quality of that bid and see if we can muster an entry point that's a decent one. Yeah, I want that 09. I wanted that 09. Nice captain setup. The next target is 48. Target number 2 is actually 47.75. So that should be on the docket. Any pullback here on a fading basis against that one, the 990 is a long, but I definitely don't want to be buying up here. I mean, I could buy on a pullback to the middle of the range, granted that they put on a bit of stability pattern or a signal. And if I didn't get the 09 by being a bit too stingy and trying to get a better price, better than the signal is 109, or excuse me, 12,009. And here comes the 40. And here comes the 50, the 47 at least. Yeah, that is a missed opportunity. That's a missed opportunity by myself. God damn it. That's a missed opportunity by myself right there on that trade. Because not only the 50 NT wrinkle gave us a captain setup, but also we had the 25 NT wrinkle gave us a captain setup long. So in the same format, same formation too. And target number 2 is hit. Target number 3 in this sequence is going to be 69. And let's see if we can find an entry. Yeah, that captain setup on that '09 is ended up being a huge trade. That was a very good signal. Sometimes you just have to kind of just like jump in, not look for a better price. The entry is the entry, and that entry was '09. At least start with one contract. If it dips a little bit, you could add to it within that range and put a stop at the bottom end of that range at 87, and then look for a test of the 19, a test of the 47, and the test of 68. Those are the spots in which we can, select targets. Plus, we have the 20 NT Rinko targeting going on as well. And here you go, target 2, target 3. We hit target 3 to the tick. So the overall, structurally, as a fade, that's a very good spot. Just I seem to be a bit more too careful on the long side, and rightfully so. I mean, we just had a massive sell-off here, and anyway, how is everybody doing? I mean, it's 10:35. We got about 25 minutes to the top of the hour. Any trades, Frida? Yeah, that's the kind of market we're getting into here. One leg and boom, they sell it. They sell it, then one leg, or actually the shorts had a bit more conviction in them, and then they reverse. Just keep it nimble. It's yes, it is a switch trade, Omer, but it's way overextended premium setup. So typically, when you wanna get that switch trade done within 5 candles of the establishment of the captain setup, not what is that? 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 9 candles. Yeah, that's just a bit too far. So I wouldn't be interested in that one. I mean, it still can work, but and you're at target number 3, which actually is not too bad. But here you have to be a bit more selective. Like if it did it within like 3, 4 candles, I would have been really aggressive with that switch trade. Here you have to almost treat it as a scalp and not anything bigger than that. Mm-hmm. Hey Ken, how did we do today? Let's talk about ES2. I mean, it's the same thing that was happening in NQ is happening in ES. So in essence, if we see it like a captain set up on a 50 NT Renko on NQ, look at ES, and most likely ES is about to start moving in that direction too. So when I'm calling out NQ signals, uh, in many ways, I'm calling ES signals. Another thing we're noticing about this market is just getting slow. Like, they're getting slow. Slow, slow, slow. And there's another level here, which is 46. If we break 46, that would be a captain setup short on the 50 NT wrinkle. And that can lead us to a push lower to 21. So we want to see if the market does that. No, I get it, Sheila, and I'm going to continue to not assume that both are in sync at all times either, because they're not. So I'll keep talking about the ES levels as well. We want to make sure you're happy and you're benefiting from being here. So like right now we're getting let's take a look at the 50 NT wrinkle. So one of the things, Sheila, you gotta keep on your screen is the 50 NT wrinkle on ES, because that's going to give you the bigger picture, right? So you're getting, that's the big picture on ES from a 50 NT wrinkle. So put 50 there, and the retest at 39.71, and now you're getting this little push. So at 39.40, 39.46.75, that will close this candle and can get us in a rally back up to the middle of the range at 39.58. In that rotation, I'm constantly looking for uh, a retracement back in order to go short. Even here, there's an opportunity to go short uh, if we, for example, take this candle right here and close lower. As long as we are under that stop of 39.42.75 and the cloud has shifted, I'm looking for a reversal patterns in order to get short. Here we go. So that's what we're looking for. Now, a company, so target number one is about to hit the 50 NT Rinko. If you have to have the capacity to look at the bigger picture. Yeah, hold on a minute here. See, that's what we're talking about. So now we have a captain set up short on NQ, and we had that pattern in ES that's a short of that 37.25. So let's take a look. 51. That's interesting. Uh-oh. Okay. So that is the point right here. 60 and 65. I got it. I'll take a shot at it here. I ain't gonna give it to me. Yeah, that 60 is a better choice. And we have to be careful here because whenever they start punching into that 60 level, you literally have a stop of 5 points. But at the same time, the probability of a reversal back up is high. Yeah, a better setup is to get to that 60 and then reverse. And or if you want to scalp, you can look at the 6 NT wrinkle and look for the harmony waves and the signals that are generated there in this environment, because the 50 is still short right now. Oh boy, look at that 20 NT Rinko. I'll take it if we go and close. I'll take it here and let's see if I can make anything out of it. I'm going to keep it tight. I want to go see target number 1, see if I can get to target number 2. And we're going to look from 46.52. I don't like it. 59. I'm going to keep it at a 10-point stop right here. If they put a switch trade here, I'll get back some more. Come on, get it in. All right, let's see if I can get push into the 40. Then I'll go break even and see if I can get some more. Come on, baby. Let's go. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Boom. And that is how that's done. And that's just going to be a scalp because we're all over the place here. But that was a good one. You got a captain setup. And we talked about the ES. Look at the ES. Like literally, Sheila, as we were talking about it, the market set up on NQ, on ES, give us a harmony wave. Everything kind of got lined up. I took the scalping version of this trade. I mean, there's a swing version of this trade as well. But that was a good one. You understand the logic, though, of what I was saying? The 50 NT Rinko was short. That's your guide to your direction, the overall direction. And then you're coming to the 6 NT Rinko and you're saying, what kind of structure do I have? What kind of behavior do I have? I have the behavior of a harmony wave. Then you got switch trade, you got a railroad short, and you got a trigger trade. Actually, another railroad. All of them right here. One after other, 3 signals in a row telling you go short, go short, go short. Now, the beauty here is, I mean, I don't know. I should have probably waited till target number 2. Yeah, I know, Omer. I mean, I should have kind of loaded up the boat on that one. I really should have. But I got in the second one. I got into the first captain, the switch trade I added to it, and got out as the price pushed. But whatever. We made money. There was an opportunity for bigger profits. Money, money, money. Here we go. Yeah, good job, Safe. I don't know if Gary. Good job on that one. Yeah, that was a good one. Who else? Ken. How did we do, Ken, on that? Did you jump in? Brad and Gary. Gary, that's your kind of cup of tea here. Good job, Mark. Good job. I'm glad that you held on a little bit longer. I know I should have, but that's fine. And thank you, Hassan. I appreciate you and welcome to the room. So this is where we at with that last decision that we made, and we took two contracts and we made about $300. So we're up about 16.24 for the day. And moving on to the next decision. You didn't see that 800 trade? What do you mean 800? Oh, the $800 trade. Long? Oh, yeah. One contract. Well, let me show you. Yeah, you did. Let's show you that trade since you were not in. So that's how the day kind of progressed. We took that 4 contract trade long. Then that was the beauty. We got in 2 contracts here. And that's the $800 trade that you didn't see, Omer. 121 sold off here, added on the captain setup, I think, on the 100 NT Rinko, and then sold up at that level. So that from here, from 21 all the way to 61, about 40 points on one contract. And that's the $800 trade that you saw. You didn't see. Then let's see what else did we do here. Good job, Ken. I mean, that's the stage we're at right now. You just keep plugging in, keep trading the micro, and keep building confidence, structure, and money. Just keep doing it. The big money is gonna come. I don't know what else. I traded some more here. Well, I mean, beside that one, I'll look at that. Wow. So we had target 2 and 3 on that rotation. And boom. So now the market is in sync on the short side, and rallies are shortable again. On rallies, we need a new harmony wave setup. And that's Hassan. That's what we trade on a daily basis. We trade NQES. We look at crude oil and a bunch of other instruments, but we hyper focus on NQ. Sheila, see that how this trade got all together? And now we're past target number 3 and we're going into target number 4, which could be significant. Now it's too late to go short. I mean, from the perspective of low risk, high reward perspective, that entry point, which is actually one of the highest quality entry points, is a switch trade. Switch trade at the beginning of a new harmony wave. So you got the 50 NT Rinko in your favor, and then you got that switch trade that it just generated. Not only got generated there, but got generated right on the entry point of the whole swing trade structure. So you got 2 things working on for you there, and then boom, the market just sold off. That was a big money maker right there. We got to hold on to these trades a little bit longer. All right, guys. So if you're with us on YouTube and Trade Arcade and Facebook, and you like the stream, share, comment, subscribe, hit that bell button, and help the channel grow. We appreciate the time you spend with us. You could spend it in any other place, and you're with us today. So thank you. And it's almost 11 o'clock, and that kind of concludes, my morning session. Good work, everybody. And it's 11 o'clock, and we're gonna be done at 16:24 for the day. All right, guys, have a good one. Yeah, I've been looking at. Let's take another look at the overall structure. Um, just since we're sitting here. H, how did we do, buddy? I haven't heard anything from you today, Gary. Thank you. Same to you. All right, crude oil. So we hit target number 3 and bounced. Russell, we are in that continuation trade short with a lot of noise in the middle of the range. Actually, it's more clear what they're doing in NASDAQ than Russell. And here comes the big news. That's a flush, and they're killing gold. 1717 it looks like a world away. Target number 3 in this sequence is 1663. And that's where we're heading to. The structure here is short, and the market got triggered short on a inception trade at 1708.9, and we see the market kind of bleeding. ES, here we go back again to that, what we had the conversation on, as the market set itself up for a short, and the market responded to it, to that 39.20. The only reason I would get involved on the long side is if I see, and I wouldn't actually go long, I would wait for the market to rally up and see a reversal after retest, and then go short again. So we're extended here, and we just basically ran the shorts. Ran the most recent low, which is 39.28. And typically what they do is they flush that and come back up and retest. And you're seeing that in Q2 right now. We had this captain setup. We got close to the other captain setup and flipped back up. That tells me they are trying to consolidate this market into the lunch hour. So I wouldn't be interested in getting aggressively short, and it's going to be a choppy market coming into lunch. If we see a rally into 39.51 and a reversal, that would be a fresh reaction for me, and I can, look at the concept of getting short again. Longs, I'm electing to not participate, just due to the nature of the market that we are in. Tesla. So they broke it, and we are in a system short right now at 304.09, and the stop to that rotation is 307, and you're looking for a punch to target number 1, 2, and 3. Netflix rally back up. They give us an inception trade, and we're consolidating with a higher mode, and that's behaving a lot better than the broader index. So that's a strong one. S&P 500. Good job, Dave. You're getting a reversal to 39.06. If you get that, then we should be looking for a continuation short. Amazon. Market is making a switch trade right here. Structures overall a short. We need more data out of this thing. What is this? Google. We saw the flush. We're trading under the open, and Here, they're going to consolidate it. I'm not interested in going short right here, and definitely not long. I would wait for the market to run up above 104.44 and then come back and give us a higher low before I even consider um, that type of behavior. NVIDIA long at 129.49. Target number one is 130.08. Then you got the rest of the targets up there. Let's see, gold and Apple. Apple short, hit target number 4 to the tick, or bounce back up. And if we see another harmony wave similar to that, then that would go short. And that typically will happen under 152 and a quarter. So if we start seeing that price, okay, so SPY, okay. Good Lord, look at that. This thing is a nutcase. HKD. That 330 short worked all the way to 260, and they came back and ran it up to 380, and now they're coming back with that thing. ADX short. They put a cap and setup switch trade, ran it up, and now they're retesting it. The overall structure is short, and the market actually got short with a captain setup at 1061. Retested it one more time before the reversal. This thing is worthless. Okay. All right. Microsoft. We got people here trading Microsoft. So we are in an inception trade short at 245.86 with a stop of the open 246.47. You're looking for target number one at 245.47. And that's the list that I have. Good work, everybody. Good trading session. And we will do this bright and early tomorrow, Friday. Winning is a habit. And we got that habit. We'll see you tomorrow.